The days of Rolex watches flexing above retail like they're too cool for school, over. Just a few years back, these pieces strutted around the resale scene, demanding markups big enough to make anyone question life choices. Now, they're finally coming back down to earth. Welcome back to Opulent Oasis. Today's all about 5 Rolex models quietly slipping under retail in the grey market. For collectors who've been lurking in the shadows, it's like finally catching that VIP table without bribing the bouncer. When the hype was at its peak, steel sports models acted like they were on a world tour. Expensive, elusive, and always surrounded by hype men. But lately, even they're taking a humble pill. Someone summed it up perfectly. A discounted Rolex is like seeing a rock star grocery shopping in sweatpants. No more endless waiting lists or forced small talk with salespeople about champagne. Just solid watches at prices that feel almost sane. Rolex Sea Dweller. First up is the Rolex Sea Dweller, reference 1266. Retail price, around $13,750. Current grey market price, a breezy $11,400. The Sea Dweller has always been the Submariner's bigger, tougher sibling, the one who hits the gym twice a day but still gets overshadowed at family dinners. At 43mm, it's a serious chunk of steel meant for deep dives, but somehow it never managed to steal the spotlight. One collector joked, the Sea Dweller is like that friend who runs ultra marathons and can't figure out why no one wants to join them at 5 a.m. Despite Rolex's best efforts to jazz it up over the years, it stays the quiet overachiever in the corner. That drop below retail, a gentle reminder that even the ocean's heavyweight champ sometimes gets left on red. Hold up, have you joined the Opulent Oasis crew yet? Smash that subscribe button and stay in the loop for all the wild watch drops and collector secrets. Alright, let's get back to the good stuff. Rolex Deep Sea. Rolling in next is the Rolex Deep Sea, reference 1366. Retail price, $15,020. Rolex really squeezing in that extra $20 for what must be deep sea tax. But on the grey market, it's hanging around $14,700 these days. Like its cousin, the Sea Dweller, the Deep Sea is all about serious underwater bragging rights. At a whopping 44mm, it's basically the heavyweight champ of the Rolex family, ready to tango with ocean trenches or just show off at Sunday brunch. This beast is built like a submarine for the wrist. It boasts an insane 3,900-meter, 12,800-foot water resistance thanks to its ring lock system, a patented case architecture that can handle pressure levels most humans can't even imagine. Powered by the Rolex Caliber 3235, it offers a 70-hour power reserve and all the reliability one would expect from the brand's dive lineup. The watch also features a helium escape valve for saturation diving, because, someone somewhere might actually need that. The dial is fitted with long-lasting blue chromalite lume, perfect for anyone planning to actually explore the ocean depths or just wanting to check the time during a midnight fridge raid. The 18mm thickness and robust oyster bracelet make sure it stays planted no matter how many buffets or black tie events it crashes. Here's the rub. Most folks buying a Rolex want something that slides under a cuff without turning it into a circus tent. One watch fan put it perfectly. The Deep Sea isn't so much a watch as it is a steel discus masquerading as wrist candy. Trying to hide this under a dress shirt? Good luck. Unless the outfit includes a wetsuit or a puffer jacket, it's going to stick out like a shark at a kiddie pool. A few brave souls do love strapping it proudly over a sleeve like a flex badge, but for most, it's a bit too much watch for daily life. Even so, for those who want a conversation starter and a potential arm workout, the Deep Sea delivers in spades. Rolex Yacht-Master. Drifting in next is the Yacht-Master, reference 126621, sporting that slick black dial. Retail price, $17,850. On the grey market, it's kicking back at around $14,500, sometimes even less if someone's feeling generous or in a hurry to move inventory. This two-tone setup, blending oyster steel and Everose gold, feels like it's always torn between crashing a regatta and hitting a rooftop party, and somehow never fully committing to either vibe. Sized at a very wearable 40mm, the Yacht-Master brings in a bidirectional rotatable bezel with a polished raised numerals look, making it more harbor lounge than deep sea survival. The black dial features chromalite luminescence that glows like a lighthouse after dark, and inside it runs on Rolex's trusty caliber 3235 movement, boasting a 70-hour power reserve. Perfect for weekend getaways or just leaving it in a drawer and flexing later. Originally pitched as a sporty, sailing-inspired piece, the Yacht-Master has evolved into more of a deck-chilling, rosé-sipping accessory. One collector nailed it. The Yacht-Master looks like it might help tie up a boat, but only if there's a photographer nearby. It lives in that awkward in-between zone, too polished to be a proper tool watch, too relaxed to be a serious dress piece. It rarely tops anyone's grail list or fuels heated forum arguments. It's like that friend who's always a blast at parties, but somehow never gets tapped for a cross-country road trip. That gentle dip below retail, a pretty solid clue that even Rolex fans can be picky when it comes to a watch with an identity crisis, albeit a very pretty one. Rolex Explorer. Next up is the Explorer, 36mm two-tone, reference 124273. The watch that makes vintage fans clutch their old catalogs like emotional support blankets. Retail price, $13,200. On the grey market, around $9,000, and if dealer whispers are true, even lower behind closed doors. The Explorer was always the poster child for no-nonsense adventure, simple, rugged, and ready to disappear into the wild. Then Rolex had a bold idea. Let's add gold. Enter the two-tone Explorer, mixing oyster steel and 18K yellow gold in a combo that's as flashy as it is confusing. One collector summed it up perfectly. It's like the Explorer tried to go glam and ended up lost on the way to a yacht club. At 36mm, it keeps the classic, easy-to-wear proportions. It runs on the automatic caliber 3230 movement, offering solid reliability and a 70-hour power reserve, perfect for a weekend in the woods or an unexpected dinner party flex. The black lacquer dial and chromolite lume keep things legible in the dark, even as the gold accents steal the spotlight. Most people try this on and just shrug. The minimalist, adventure-ready spirit feels off with the gold twist, leaving it in a weird in-between zone. It's not quite the villain, but definitely that cousin who shows up to a hike in loafers. Still, for those who want their Explorer to stand out, it's waiting. And at a serious discount too. Rolex Datejust. Last on the list is the Datejust 36 with a silver dial, reference 126200. Retail sits at $7,750, but they're floating around $7,500, or a bit less if someone's feeling generous. These move pretty quick, but they don't exactly cause stampedes. The silver dial, Datejust, is like that friend who always brings plain chips to the party, dependable, but not exactly lighting up the room. One watch nerd said it best. It's the Rolex equivalent of saying, "I'll just have water." Plenty of folks dig around in Rolex's older catalog instead, looking for something with more personality and better deals. Unless someone is truly set on that modern, minimalist look, paying almost full price for a super safe choice doesn't stir up much hype. Still a rock-solid watch, just not the type that gets love sonnets written about it. But what do you all think? Are these grey market prices sticking around, or are they just taking a quick vacation before climbing back up? Are these models underrated treasures waiting for a comeback, or forever the wallflowers at the Rolex dance? Drop your hot takes, wild theories, or even your best roasts in the comments. We read them all. Yes, even the spicy ones. If you had fun hanging out with us today, smash that like button, subscribe to Opulent Oasis, and poke around our other videos for more watch drama and deep dives. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and maybe catch that deal before it decides to ghost everyone.